Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. So my name is Samantha. We're going to cover a topic that's very, very important. When we talk about the First Amendment and freedom of speech, did you realize that you have a right to freedom of speech, but you do also have a right to the kickback for your speech? What do I mean? Well, guys, it's very simple. You can have an opinion. You have a right to an opinion because you have an unalienable right to reason and to think as a critical thinking human being. Nobody has a right to take that from you. Your opinion does not have to match mine. That's what makes being human so amazing, is that we can all have our own opinions and then have discourse connected to the opinions. So you can have an opinion, and you have a right in America to share that opinion, even if it isn't liked, received well, or the popular opinion. Let's go back and look in history. When Martin Luther King came up to speak for Black Americans' rights, he was not popular by the majority of Americans. He was not well received because in most people's minds, his opinion, his speech was going to upend the American way. Yet nobody was able to stop him until he was assassinated. And the reason he was not able, no one was able to shut him up, was because of the First Amendment right to freedom of speech. Go back in history a little bit further. When you look at George Washington, when he made his speeches and his bills coming out about the freedom of religion, he basically said, no government, no person has the right to think for another human. It is your God-given right to create your own opinion. So I have no problem with people sharing opinions. You need to. It's your First Amendment right. Exercise it. But understand that if I get on this platform and I use derogatory, ugly, anti-Semitic, or racial language, I'm going to get canceled. I'm going to get kicked, right? People are going to have a fit. You're not going to support that. That is what's happening to these children in these universities, these young adults who got behind the we're going to sign the Palestinian letter. It's all Israel's fault. Palestine, Hamas didn't do anything wrong. What those children did, or young adults, is basically sign their name to a document that's going to get them canceled. So Fortune 500 companies literally want the names of the people in those organizations that sign those letters because they'll never hire them. So it is your right to say whatever you want. Speech is not violence. Speech can't hurt you. There should never be a law limiting someone's ability to speak whatever crazy thing we want to say. But understand that there is another side to that. And that side is you're going to be held accountable for everything that you say. And that's how it should be. Because when our politicians get online and they say something insane because they got off the teleprompter or they got caught literally with their pants down, right? And their real opinion rolls out of their mouth, and we catch on to it and we spread it across social media. They should never be able to stop us doing that. If you don't want to take an injection and you have evidence contrary to what the government is pushing, you should have a right to share that. If I want to say I'm 100% on Israel's side because I'm an adopted Jew, I should have the right to say that. And I should be big enough to accept that some people are not going to like it. I want you to exercise your freedom of speech, but I also want you to understand there are consequences to just saying things. A lot of people don't realize what you write on social media, your comments, those are recorded. And there have been people who have lost jobs, who have been kicked off school board seats. I mean, had their lives and their careers taken from them because of a comment on social media or a post on their private pages. Teach your children and your grandchildren and yourself to use just a little bit of common sense when you're commenting on platforms that even if you try to delete it, it's too late. It's too late. It's been recorded. Somebody has proof that you said that. And even though you're typing with your fingers, that is still considered speech. Okay? So that was what this video was going to be dedicated to today, was to tell you, please exercise your First Amendment rights, but understand that there could be pushback. There could be loss of jobs, loss of wages, a loss of a career over not thinking before you speak. To think of all those parents and grandparents who saved most of their lives to send their children and grandchildren to Harvard and Princeton and the University of Oakley and Berkeley and all these big universities, to see how those people feel today when they realize that the child that they put through college was dumb enough to sign their name to a document that just got them blackballed from every Fortune 500 company, must be devastating. Like my husband said, they just ruined their careers before they even started them. But here's the thing. Let them speak, you guys. I don't think they should be passing any legislation to stop university students or adults from protesting, being in the street, sharing their opinion. Because here's the thing. When they do that, we now know who the enemy is, right? Before, that might have been just a kid you would have hired for a job because you didn't feel it was necessary to know their religion or their pronouns or anything else personal about them. Could they do the job? Will they do the job? And will they be a nice fit for your company? Then you hire them. Now you know that they literally support a group that murdered and massacred and raped and beheaded children. Not only do they support them, but the organizations they participate in fund them. So be careful who you associate with. Be careful where you sign your name. Be careful to what comments you put on social media. I don't care necessarily. I'm pretty straightforward with how I feel and what I've got to say. Then again, I own my own business, you guys. I form. When food is needed, people are coming to buy that food from me. They don't care if I'm a Christian or not, to be honest. They care that the food I give them is good, fresh, locally grown, and at affordable price. A lot of people don't have that freedom. Be careful with your opinions on social media. God bless you guys. I've got to go in and do something with this hair because I have church in 30 minutes. But I really felt in my spirit that I needed to say this morning. A lot of people go to bed feeling proud of themselves that they made a point on social media to wake up and realize that their whole life just took a nosedive. Don't let that happen to you. I don't care which side of the fence you sit on. Democrat, Republican, Jew, Christian, Muslim, Asian, black, white, I don't care. I don't care. I care that you don't destroy your life with accidentally getting in your feelings, putting a statement, voicing an opinion that's going to get you in trouble down the road. Remember what I tell you guys all the time. Never make a decision based on feelings because it's going to be the wrong decision every single time. God bless you guys. Talk to you later.